Welcome you all. Today we'll be discussing on a topic services marketing mix. In today's discussion, we will give a special focus on how services marketing mix integrates people, technology and strategy. Let me explain to you why this is essential to understand services marketing. As you are aware, markets are so dynamic, paving the way for companies for more competitive environment and in developing newer technologies in designing and managing marketing mix, especially in services field. Now, companies have to skill their employees in these technologies. The employees have to unlearn the older skills and learn new skills. Companies at the same time also must educate the customers about using the new technologies, how these new technologies will benefit them. Firstly, is about understanding service products, consumers, and the market. Secondly, is on applying the 4 P's of marketing to service. Let us start understanding service products, consumers, and the market. Service product characteristics. So, the historical view that has started with Smith in 1776 explains services are perishable. Then in 1803, Say said that services are immaterial and consumption of services are inseparable from production. It means that consumption and production have to be done at the same time. Now, the fresh notion is that they lead to benefit without any kind of ownership. In products, we own something and then we get benefits. But in services, they lead to benefits without ownership of anything. Another form of where services are rented from the service providers, for example, telecommunication, utilities, or specialized information devices. So, all of us use roads and so on, so forth, and we pay a fee for that. In many instances, two or more of these categories can be combined. For example, when we hire a taxi, we are hiring both a driver as well as a vehicle. If we undergo surgery, you are in essence hiring a skilled team of medical personnel as well as also rent temporary, but exclusive use of its specialized equipment at a hospital. So, now there are various kinds of combination that they may arise out of these services. So, we will be talking about understanding how services contribute to the country's economy and the principal industries in the service sector. We will then identify the powerful forces that are transforming the service markets. So, the first important point is that services dominate the global economy. There is an increased size of service sector across the globe and all the countries the size of service sector is increasing and the relative share of employment between agriculture, industry and services is changing dramatically. And this portion of employment that comes from agriculture, manufacturing or services, it is changing, and even in emerging economies the service output is growing rapidly and often represents at least half of the gross domestic product. So it is about 50% of the GDP that comes from services and the rest 50% comes from agriculture and industry. So that is why it is important that we should study services. 7 P's. Now, let us look at 7 P's of services marketing. And all of us know the first 4 P's, that is product, price, place or distribution and promotion or communication. In services, we need 3 more P's, the process, physical environment and people. Now, let us look at how the traditional marketing mix is applied to services. The product element. Let us talk about the product element. The service product consists of a core product that paid customers' primary needs, and then there are array of supplementary service elements that are mutually reinforcing. For example, if you book a hotel, the bed service is a core product, but the hotel provides many supplementary services such as spa, swimming pool, food, transport, etc. Entertaining services, another example. And services, the next P is price and the other usury outlay that they pay. So, like product value payment is very important in aligning a value exchange to take place, Pricing strategy is highly dynamic pricing or surge pricing or real time pricing, while price levels adjusted over time according to the factors like customer segment, time and place of delivery, level of demand and available capacity. Place, distribution of services. So, when the tangible action is happening on people, that becomes people processing. For example, that means services directed at people's body. For example, a hairstylist. So you must be there when the hairstyling is being done. Passenger transportation, medical facility. So the person has to be there for getting services delivered. Possession processing, laundry and dry cleaning services. Now you have to give your clothes in order to be dry cleaned and then repair and maintenance of your computers and ACs and automobiles, etc. etc. So that is possession processing. The third sin, mental stimulus, is being processed. So, on people, there is the intangible action that is taking place and that is called as mental stimulus processing. So, services are directed at people's mind. For example, education. So, that happens on people's mind. Advertising, public relations, and physiotherapy. These are the examples for mental stimulus processing. Finally, we have information processing, that is, when intangible actions are being taken on possessions, for example, accounting, banking, and legal services. So, these are the four categories of services from the process perspective. Promotion. So, marketing communications in one form or another is essential to a company's success, and there is a lot of confusion over the scope of service marketing communications, with many people still defining it too narrowly. So, communications must be viewed more broadly than just as media advertising or public relations, social media, and professional salespeople. So, this communication is not about advertising or public relations. Hope you got an insightful information on the services marketing mix. Thank you.